What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to finally here we go more KOOPMEINERS. Let's call it the last day of the window because it's done. You know, the window is closed. The time is up, and we finally got KOOPMEINERS, and that's one of the weirdest sagas we have ever, not ever maybe, but it's up there. Witness as Juve fans, because it was ridiculous. It got to a point where Atalanta were just straight up lying, and it got a bit embarrassing in my opinion. I get that's your player and you want to keep your best players, but with all things that came out, it was ridiculous. You know, we got our player, we got the main target actually, or one of the two main targets, but let's call it the main target in. It's extremely late. That's my only issue I have with these deals. You know, and I get Atalanta. We're not helping with that, but it's still frustrating that you get your main guy in basically at the end of the window. But we're gonna talk about that because it's done, and actually there are no real surprises when it comes to how it went down. Okay, before I do that, smash the like button because we have been talking about this for, I don't know, 2 months basically. It's actually insane, you know. So smash the like button, but it's finally done. And like I said, you know, you have Atalanta. I don't know what the angle was from Atalanta, to be honest. You know, because I think, let me say 4 or 5 months ago, maybe I might be wrong. KOOPMEINERS told a journalist, and you can look it up, that he told the journalist, "I want to leave in the summer. That's my plan." And I already told Atalanta, "I want to leave." So that's that. And then you have Zirkzee coming out a couple of times, and especially this week, you know, or what was it, Sunday? Talking about, we're surprised, you know, and now we're in this situation. And I'm like, buddy, you're not surprised. Nobody was surprised. KOOPMEINERS was surprised that you guys were surprised. That's telling you how much of a lie that was. You guys were not surprised because KOOPMEINERS warned you months ago. We were in talks for KOOPMEINERS months ago. If that player told you, and that goes for my club, that goes for Juve as well. If Bremer tells us in, I don't know, April, in the summer, I'm going. You know, that's my aim. I'm going. And then an offer comes in and he's like, I want to go to that club, and you promised me the year before that I can leave, like we did with Bremer with the release clauses and stuff. You need to deal with it. This was not about money. Right now, this deal was not about money because we were always going to pay up that money because he was the main guy. The only straight up cash we had, basically, what they call straight up cash, was for KOOPMEINERS, was for him. So it was never about money. It was all about Atalanta just being petty and, I don't know, shocked. For some reason, they were shocked that KOOPMEINERS wanted to join us. For some reason, they were shocked that they couldn't convince KOOPMEINERS not to join them, which was ridiculous because they told them, and actually they should have got the memo when the first time he didn't show up in training. At that point, you should have just accepted it, and normal club is like, fine, we tried, you know, even though we broke our promise, you can leave. But they hang on, they said no. They kept hanging on it, and were like, yeah, we're going to leave you, but at the end, it's petty, and that's when people talk, oh, rivalries with Atalanta, you know, or Fiorentina, they're not our rivals. There are 2 rivals in Italy for us. That's Inter, that's Milan. That's it. That's just it. That's how it always been, has been, and that's how it always will be. There are only 2 rivals in Italy for us. All the others have good periods. Atalanta are having a very good period. But at the end of the day, it's not the same level. It's never going to be the same level. It never was the same level. So that's that. So I'm kind of surprised that the Atalanta were acting surprised. Now on KOOPMEINERS, he wanted to join us. Atalanta tried, I think, also waiting. Maybe a Premier League club comes in, and KOOPMEINERS said, nah, yeah, you can wait ages. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm going to join Juve. Figure it out. Accept that bid. The money's on the table. So his intentions are in the right place. You know, we talked about it, and a lot of you were like, I want players who want to be at the club. You know, some of them want them to be Italian. I just want players who want to be at the club and obviously are good enough as well. And he's one of them. He desperately wanted to be at the club. That's a plus. And also, he's one of the best midfielders in Serie A, and he's extremely good. You know, And to top it off, he is a main target for Thiago Motta. So Motta has an idea in mind to make it work with KOOPMEINERS, and that's why I was like, okay, you need to get him out. You cannot miss. You know, if he's a main, you can sign Thuram and Douglas Luiz and so on, so on, and it's good. By the way, like I'm not saying oh that's not okay, whatever. But if your guy has a main target, then if you spend that amount of money, you better be sure you also have that money and you deliver him his main guy. It's late, we get it. You know, we play Roma now. You know, will he be there? Will he not be there? Whatever. You know, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's done. You know, I'm so frustrated with that part. I get it's not all on Giuntoli, but I always had a feeling something more could have been done. Something more diplomatic way earlier down in the window. That's just my opinion, you know, because right now, again, he's here, but no preseason for a lot of these players. So we are going to, you know, build on the fly mid-season. We're going to make mistakes that maybe we could have avoided for a large part if we had a preseason with some of the main guys, and even earlier. I'm not saying at the start of July, but like even at the start of August. But that's not the case, and that's done. We cannot really talk about it. I'm just, first off, happy this saga is over. I'm actually happy the window's it's done, basically. You know, it's over. It's not another 2 months of this. That's why I've always said the best thing is to close windows the moment the season starts. You know, there needs to be some sort of rule where it's like every league can decide which day they start the season, but it all needs to be in the second week of August or something. And I know it's very hard to do with playoffs in certain leagues, what so on. But man, this is not fun, you know. Transfer window ongoing while players are being sold, and like it's never ideal, but that's just what it is. For Motta, it's probably happy days. He finally got his guy. He has a lot of options in midfield right now. KOOPMEINERS, Douglas Luiz, he has Thuram, he has Locatelli, he has Fagioli, McKennie stayed. So he has a lot of options in midfield. You can even slot Yildiz in as a 10, you know, if you want to. A lot of options. So there are no excuses, basically, for not making it work, for not building a solid midfield, a midfield that's good, like as a unit that's, how do you want to say that? Like, also composed, because last season we're not composed. It was a lot of panic football. It lacked quality, it lacked ideas, it lacked everything. So right now, he has those options. That's good. You know, we made the decision to build that midfield and the attacking department up, and we kind of said, let's wait for the back line, you know, and that's understandable. A bit disappointing, you know, for that part, because I wanted something slightly more, maybe in midfield rather at the back rather than in midfield. But they made that decision, and we need to roll with it right now. And Motta has his guy, which is good, and this is finally over. You know, we can finally move on from when will this happen? Will it happen? You know, this is ridiculous. It's done. He's here, and we move. You know, but smash the like button because it's finally done. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. Ciao.